So I don't know about you, but it feels like everybody these days is talking about gas prices and rising inflation. I mean, for good reason. Look at this video here that we just filmed. We've paid over $100 to fill up our gas tank here in California. It's freaking nuts. And anyways, I've had a bunch of people ask me, how do I handle rising inflation as a business owner? Do I raise my prices? Should I be doing things? What do I do? How do I handle rising inflation? So what I wanted to share is how I'm currently handling the cost of things going up, rising inflation as a business owner. How do you combat it mentally, monetarily, personally? So number one, don't panic. In a recent video, I talked about how some things are just simply not in our control. We can't control inflation. There's a lot of other things we can control: our mindset, our income, our words, our spending habits. So in this video, what I'm gonna talk about is how to focus up on the things you can control and let go of the things you can't. So we can control our mindset. Panicking about money and slipping into scarcity is actually the fastest way to repel money. You want money to leave your life? Start panicking about money. We can choose our mental response to things that are not in our control. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying that it's the best response to financial stress. I want to tell you about what I call the spiral of 2018. So in 2018, I was still working on growing my business. I was like, 4 or 5 years ago? And I was doing pretty well normally. I was making like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 pretty consistently every month. But I got a little stressed about money one month, and then I made less. And then I got a little more stressed, and I made a little less. And then I got a little more stressed, and I kept repelling money all the way down to a month where I made a couple $100s, even though I was used to making thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I call this the spiral of 2018 because I gave in to the luxury of panicking about money. Panicking, in my opinion, about money is a luxury, and it's not one that I'm giving myself right now. Instead, I'm going into action mode. I'm intentionally starting every day with gratitude meditations as I drive to my office. And I'm intentionally choosing not to watch clickbait news outlets trying to create fear in my soul. I'm focusing on the things I can control, which number one, and in my opinion, most importantly, is our mindset as we handle. If you panic, you will press the money away. Don't panic. Second thing we can control is our income. So one of the best things that relieves the stress is knowing that I'm in control of my income. You are also in control of your income, even if you don't believe it yet. Believe it or not, you are in control of your income. 9-to-5 mentality is really good at telling women, we are in control of how much money you make. You're not in control. We decide. The truth is, you control your income. Some people don't like to believe this, and it's okay. It's a process. Some people might even take offense to me saying this, and that's also okay. I'm not here to tell you that I'm right. What I am here to tell you is that what I've observed is, having coached thousands of students go from making nothing in their business to making 10K months or more, here's what I've noticed. 1, everyone has varying levels of challenges when it comes to creating income. So I wrote down, everyone has varying levels of challenges when it comes to creating income. But at the end of the day, it is a form of self-empowerment to see your own power when it comes to creating income. So we all have varying levels of challenges. I'm telling you about one of my clients, Kim. Kim had a full-time job that was not even really 9 to 5. It was like 8 to 6. She had 3 kids who needed to get ready for school every day, and she had a husband. And she wanted to start her business. And she had a lot going on in her life. A ton. Kim had every reason in the world to not choose herself and not choose to believe she was in control of her income. Very demanding job, 3 little boys, family life, etc., etc. But Kim decided that she was in control of her income. She started waking up at 4 a.m. to work on her business. It impressed me. I wasn't getting up at 4 a.m. to work on my business, but Kim did. Fast forward a year, she's been in a program for a year. She quit her job, and now she's making like double or triple what she was making at her salary job because she was able to overcome her obstacles and take control of her income. Right now, for myself, not to toot my own horn, but I've had a little bit of an experience with this. So right now with the pregnancy, I'm in my 2nd trimester, but I'm throwing up every single day. Like every day I throw up. And it's a bit debilitating, I'm not going to lie. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge that I didn't have before that could be an obstacle But I'm choosing to say, you know what? I throw up and I go back to work. And that just is what it is, because I like being in control of my income. And what I've noticed is when you make that mental leap and you start seeing yourself as the one calling the income shots, all of a sudden your brain shifts and you start thinking about income opportunities differently. There is a real peace in knowing that you can increase your income. I just want you to hear me. There is a real peace that comes from knowing you can control your income in response to rising inflation. It makes life so much less stressful when you accept that you are in control of your income. Next thing that we can control is our words. So I saw this post the other day in a Facebook group. We're going to put it up on the screen here, but I'm also going to pull it up right here because I want to read it. So she says, she was sharing blah, blah, blah. She looked at my new company and they were able to offer me a plan to cut the annual pet insurance in half. I've been so excited. Nothing good ever happens to me. Now, this group member was anonymous. I just took a screenshot of it in context of that bad money mindset, that bad phrase. Nothing good ever happens to me. Yeah, no shit, because you say things like that. And so the words we speak over ourselves is honestly sobering. The words you say shape your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions create your reality. Pay attention to what you say out loud, not if I get a client, when I get a client, not if I get this big sale, when I get this big sale, not if I hit my income goals, when I hit my income goals. I had a coach who drilled it into me. I went and, bless her, she let me stay at her house for 2 days to just be mentored by her in person. And she drilled it into me. Every time I would say, yeah, I'm really I'm hoping to get this done. She's not saying not hope, when I get this done. Oh yeah, I just sent a message to this client. If this goes through, I'm going to buy myself a new computer. Not if this client goes through, when this client goes through, you're going to buy a new computer. She drilled it into me for 2 days and it broke the habit. Pay attention to the words you're speaking over yourself. When you're saying things like, nothing good ever happens to me, what the hell do you think is going to happen? Nothing good is going to continue to happen to you. Don't speak those words over yourself. Don't say, oh, things are going to be really tight now that inflation is rising. Say, I'm excited for the opportunity to increase my income and I'm grateful for this push to do so. That's a perspective shift. Finally, we can control our spending habits. This is fact. So I went through both my personal expenses and my business expenses recently, and I started reprioritizing where my money was going. By the way, I was wondering, if you guys were curious to know what does the budget look like, the expenses of a 7-figure earner, let me know in the comments and we'll make a video on that. So I've been thinking about doing a video where I just show you transparency, what are my expenses as a personal person who runs a 7-figure company. I always like to see those. Thought maybe you'd like to see that. So let me know in the comments. Comment yes if you do. But this is what I wrote down. All right, one of the things I've never cut in 10 years is my coaching. And that has served me very well. I was talking about this with one of my mentors yesterday. He says, being in a coaching mentorship program is like insurance. If something goes wrong, you have a community, you have support, you have mentorship to help tell you what to do in your business. So I have never, and I've been through a lot over the last 10 years, I have never once stopped having a coach. I've always had a coach, and that's how I built a 7-figure business so quickly. Only 2% of all entrepreneurs ever make it to 7 figures. And I'm part of that because I had a mentorship. But I did have a bunch of expenses that weren't providing me value. So that's what I cut. I'm a really big follower of Dave Ramsey. It's how I paid off over $100,000 in debt. And so I generally like to keep things pretty lean. I'm also a minimalist. So I've been practicing minimalism for a really long time. That's why you often see me repeat outfits because A, it's less expensive, but then B, it's less wasteful. My house stays cleaner, I spend less money, and overall my life is more peaceful. So cutting down on spending does help me feel more at peace and in control. And it's not to say I'm constricting myself or limiting myself. I'm just evaluating my purchases and making sure I'm buying things that bring me joy. I'm buying things that I actually enjoy. Because that to me is the purpose of money when it comes beyond the basics, right? Am I buying things at Target because I'm bored? Or because I have a need for fulfillment with material things? Or am I buying things at Target because this candle is literally going to bring me joy? I don't know about you, but I use stressful times like this to get ahead. I grew a ton during COVID because I removed all distractions and I got laser focused on my business. So for a lot of people, COVID was a terrible time, and it was, but the one good thing that did come out of it for me was that I got laser focused on growing. I used a stressful time to create a season of growth. A lot of people right now are running around like headless chickens. Don't be a headless chicken. Get grounded, get laser focused, use this time to remove the distractions, plug into a good coaching community, and start growing your business. This is a really big time of opportunity if you choose to see it that way. It's up to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you liked it. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. I'm super curious to know what you guys think of videos like this. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe so you don't miss the videos where I talk about growing your online business, making money online. I'll see you in the next video.